today that, through the process, how we've developed it.
This ship was interesting to design first because it's small, it's allowed it to go everywhere on ground, on planets, and we can also go in space with it, so it has different functionality, contrary to some other ships that are bigger or different. So the Drake manufacturer is also interesting because of this kind of low-tech industrial look. So it was also a challenge to try to do something iconic, but with not too designed bike. So it was very interesting to do.
So the Dragonfly was challenging at times purely because there's so many kind of exposed components to it. That basically means that it becomes a lot more kind of expensive as an asset. With a lot of the bigger ships, you can hide their components away, whereas with the Dragonfly, everything's exposed. You have to model everything. There's no smoke and mirrors here.
Essentially, when I get given the model from the Dragon, the RC, my job is essentially to start breaking that down into separate items, such as thrusters and all the general parts of the ship itself, such as the nose, the body, and beginning to break them to make them detachable and things like that. Overall, we begin just by doing like a real rough white box flyable state. So we'll just get the model flying and start breaking it all up. In the Gamescom demo, we essentially showed off the kind of basic setup of the ground mode and the space flight mode, where we were essentially showing it going off in space, landing inside the Freelancer, going planet side, getting out again, and being usable in its ground mode. We have a lot more to add to that, so we're doing further work on the ground mode flight system, just really tweaking it, making sure that it feels spot on when you're riding along the planet. In addition, we also need to set up the rear seat for a rear-facing passenger. So you will essentially have your buddy on the back just riding along with you, and we are eventually going to implement them being able to hold a weapon. So while you're in any chase sequences or modes, you're essentially able to have your guy at the back shooting people off who are approaching from behind. And the final thing that we're looking to implement is a third mode that the Dragonfly has, which is a compact mode, where essentially the ship's nacelles retract, and it basically enables you to store it in its smallest possible state on any of your cargo ships.
I went with Harley Davidson for the kickstart sound originally, which was heavily processed, obviously, to just get that kind of kind of, okay, it's a motorbike, but heavily processed. And then it was a matter of finding out essentially what made motorbikes different from cars, spaceships or airplanes. It's the connectedness with the environment, right? You're sort of racing along really near the floor, so the ground rush, particles, rocks, anything like that, that's going to hurt if you hit it hard enough, and the wind rush and stuff. I really wanted to get all of that stuff in there for the Dragonfly, so it was in stark contrast with all the other ships and vehicles we had in the game. The planet-side stuff, the in-atmosphere flight, the sort of terrain traversal in wheeled vehicles and hover vehicles like the Dragonfly, I think provide a brilliant contrast between what we're used to, the sort of the space travel aspect, where you've got points of sound, very sharp, contrasting points of sound, very clean in the void. And then on the planet side, we've got this much more grounded. When there's explosions, it's going to echo around in canyons. You feel closer to the ground. You feel much like footsteps, different surfaces, surface types and stuff. You're going to have to feel that through the vehicle, And it just gives I think it's a case of the total is greater than the sum of the parts, really, because the space travel and the planet side stuff. And those two things contrasting with each other, I think, just sort of reinforce each other. So it's kind of picking what we can emphasize, like the ground effect stuff, like echoey stuff off canyons and mountains and things like that, to give you a sense of where you are. And the two things will provide a brilliant, much enhanced experience, I think, to just space flight,
So I can honestly say the Drake Dragonfly has been my favourite ship to work on so far, just because of adding new things that we've never done before in there. And I'm really looking forward to seeing our backers get their hands on to do all kinds of crazy stuff while on planets.
Speaking of great content, a ton of the backers have been working on their own Star Citizen related projects. To tell us the latest, here's Tyler Whitfield with this week's community update.
Big mistake. Hey everyone, Tyler Whitkin, Community Manager in the Austin, Texas studio, here to bring you this week's community update. First and foremost, patch 2.5 is now live and available to all backers. This patch brings a whole slew of new content, bringing us one step closer to the gaming experience that we've all been craving. 2.5 release sale will continue through Tuesday, September 6th. We are really excited to introduce the Mist Reliant and a pair of Argo variants. We believe these ships bring a unique twist to our current lineup of available ships and look forward to seeing you fly them in the verse. And if you're looking for some additional stopping power, make sure to check out the all-new Bearing M7A laser cannon, available now with patch 2.5. Since 2.5 released live on August 25th, we have seen a lot of awesome content posted on the Community Hub, YouTube, and Reddit, and we're looking to feature more gameplay videos from you, the backers, so keep them coming. As far as content goes this week, make sure to explore the Baker system with senior writer Will Weisbaum in an all-new episode of Lore Maker's Guide to the Galaxy, which was posted on Tuesday. Yesterday, we had our subscribers town hall with the UK audio team that is definitely worth checking out, and remember that these are a great opportunity for subscribers to jump in and get their questions answered. And this week would not be complete without an update to our sub-vault, which will add some additional pictures to take a look at the early Anvil Terrapin. Looking ahead, all of our studios have been coming together to finalize August's monthly report, which should be in your hands later next week, so look forward to that. Unfortunately, we're not going to be at DragonCon this year, but we hope everyone attending has a great time and hopefully we'll be there with you next year. Lastly, it's time for this week's MVP Award. A huge congratulations to Elisiana for her extraordinary efforts in creating ContentCreatorsUnlimited.com. If you have even the slightest interest in Star Citizen's lore, then you will easily find yourself entranced within the pages of detailed information and lore tidbits, all extracted from our web-based ARC star map and into an easy-to-read table format. So, congratulations again, you're this week's MVP. Originally, we were not going to have an RTV tomorrow, but